What's up, YouTube? Scott Lett here, owner of Iron City Power Washing. Giving you guys a look at my shop / office. Give you all an inside look. Some of my hobbies here. I'm a big deer hunter. I love to hunt. It's perfect for the pressure washing industry because when we slow down in November, December, that's when I deer hunt. Here's some of the bucks I've killed over the years. That one's from Oklahoma. Those are Alabama deer, big bass I caught. This is my Mathews V3 bow. A few of my guns and other bows, some crossbows, all my hunting gear. But when I need some peace and quiet in the mornings, or when I come home and I need some time to do some computer work, I'll come out here and turn my fans on just to have some ventilation in here, and I'll just sit right here and hop on my computers and do what I need to do. I'll show you all inside my deep freezer. I had this thing full not too long ago, but when you have a family as big as mine, these deep freezers don't stay full for very long. So when deer season gets here, I'll fill that back up. But anyways, about to do a little workout here. I did buy this new heater for the winter months. I'm going to get that installed, keep this place kind of warm. But let's talk about a few things. All right, guys. I'll be completely honest with you all. I am not at all a big reader. I'll read the Bible because I need it. I need the Bible. Okay. But there are two books that I recommend you guys reading if you're wanting to be a business owner. Okay. One book was a book that I had to read as an internship in college. I was working for a ministry at the time, but it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Pretty much your mindset of how to communicate, how to build relationships with people, and the importance of that. And I went back and read that probably 2 months ago, and it was a good refresher on how to interact with people, on how to influence them, on how to essentially be a leader. And I think it's a really beneficial book for guys stepping into being a business owner. The second one is called Financial Intelligence for Entrepreneurship. So I know there's a lot of guys out there that I could ask some pretty complex financial questions and you may not have an answer. Okay. Running a spreadsheet, a balance sheet, your cash inflow, outflow, your gross profit, your net profits, your margins, all those things you should be familiar with, right? Running QuickBooks for your business, your taxes, what percentage to put back, how to prepare for that. Those are things you need to know to be a business owner. I think there's a lot of guys out there who hop into the small business world and totally forget about all the complexities and the back end things that take place when it comes to finances, right? It's more than just getting paid for a job and paying yourself. Okay. You gotta know how taxes work. I think books on business formations, an S corp compared to an LLC or sole proprietorship or a C corp. I think knowing what you actually need for your situation is very important. So there's two books that I would recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and then Financial Intelligence for Entrepreneurs is another book. And if you want to become very wise and smart in your trade, read books about it. And like I said, I'll admit to you guys, I am not a huge reader, but if it's going to make me a better business owner, and just overall just more broad in my thinking, I'll take the time to do it. Okay. If I want to deepen my relationship with the Lord, I'm going to read the Bible. I'm going to pray. So same with being a business owner. If you want to go deeper into your ability to grow your business and know how to do everything within and inside and out of a business, reading books about that is going to only help you. It's only going to benefit you. You know, there's a lot of guys out there who just, like me, I get really distracted. Like there's so many other things that I need to be doing. It's really hard for me to slow down and read a book. But every time that I commit to reading a book and actually do it, it really benefits me in how I think as a business owner, because a lot of this stuff is right here. Okay. And you want to wake up every day and be confident in your ability to go handle these things. Okay. And I'm not saying like you're going to read a bunch of books and go out there and be the most successful business owner. Like you have to be able to apply these things to your business as well. But if you don't know what to apply, then you don't know what to apply. Okay. So, but I've noticed a lot of guys out there that I've talked to, they're struggling in the financial literacy area. But if you can step into, a business owner position and understand all the financial concepts and financial literacy behind a business, it's only going to make you better. Same with time management and being able to manage your time, being able to make every second and every minute of every day as efficient as it can be for your business. So there's a lot of things, guys, even myself, you overlook things to be successful. I think another thing too is, we're so worried about client acquisition, meaning we're so worried about getting these new clients, we forget about the client retention part, which means, how are you going to get them to call you every year, or are you going to reach out to them, every year? Through Jobber, we have our own database of people, and I've been doing a lot better job the past couple of years of saying, hey, this is the price to clean this year. What if we come back every year for this price? And I've told you guys we are booked till mid-July right now. It's because I've either reached out to people or I already had that job on the schedule from last year where I went ahead and mentioned cleaning this year. So I said, hey, this will be your designated spot every single year for us to come out. So getting that repeat business, residentially or commercially, could be a very significant part of your business and your growth. And then when you get to the point where you have so much repeat work, and then your book of business is growing to the point where you can't handle it, that's when you make the decision to hire someone. So how do you get the work, and then how do you keep that client as your client for years to come? But keep in mind, there are people out there who they neglect their property for 15 years. They want it cleaned once, and they're going to go back to neglecting it. That's just how people are. But there are a lot of people who want you to come every year. But but don't leave that responsibility, up to them. So, but anyways, guys, I'm about to hop into this workout. Stretch my back. I'm almost 36, but I have a back that feels about 60 years old. I think another thing too, guys, is keeping yourself, fit. Down here in the South, it gets hot. You sweat a lot. You're burning through a lot of fluids, and I just want to make sure that I am in peak shape before it's busy season. Because the last thing I want to do is get out there and huff and puff, when I'm trying to do the jobs. Because I want to get my jobs done, move on to the next one, and not be worn out. And I think I've done a really good job of that. I'm down at the beginning of last busy season around this time. I was like 240, and I got down to like 218, and right now I'm like 225. So I'm gonna try to get back down to 218. I've got a few pounds to lose, but I work out about 3 or 4 days a week. And I think just taking care of yourself and just getting in a routine of taking care of yourself and your business and your family. All those things are connected. So, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop over here and just do like a 20-minute workout, a lot of stretching, and then go enjoy the rest of this Sunday with the family. And we have a really busy week. This is one of the biggest residential weeks that I think we'll probably ever have. I mean, we are slammed with work. We've acquired a lot of realtors who get these listings, and they want them cleaned quickly. So on top of all the other jobs we have on the schedule, we're fitting in about 6 or 7 other residential jobs from agents. So it's going to be a busy week. I'll try to get some footage, but it's going to be all 3 rigs busting it for 5 days, maybe even 6 days straight this week. So, you guys, anyway, I'll see y'all during the week.